Hey, and welcome back to another live stream with Liam and Chad. And today we have a special guest, Leah. How do you pronounce your last name, Leah?
It's Karlstetter.
Okay. And yeah, Leah is the writer on the biological origin story, Silver Sparrow.
Hello.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Oh,
Yeah.
and sorry.
No, go ahead.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I have up here some panels and pages that Felipe has drawn for the Silver Sparrow. And yeah, I guess we could talk a little bit about the writing process, I guess about how you got into, I guess, writing this comic story, because as you were just saying, this is kind of more of a fun project and you've never done anything like this before, which is pretty amazing in itself. And yeah, just I guess start by introducing yourself and unraveling the mystery to how you ended up on this live stream.
While you guys do that, I'm gonna just switch screens and I'm gonna go over and work on my comic here. I'm doing some coloring, so but I'm listening. I'm still here.
Oh, no worries. Yeah. So this is a totally random project that I got into through a coworker, actually, very random, and just been kind of working at it since, and like since last, what was it, March or April? I can't remember. It was a while ago. Yeah, I just thought the idea was cool. Silver Sparrow. I was just kind of given like a general idea of what the character should be or what they wanted it to be, and I just kind of went with. I've done a lot of writing, just random stuff on my own for a long time too. So it was fun to like sort of just create a character in this Silver Sparrow suit, like way into the future, and kind of like a superhero kind of person. That was kind of what drew me in. It's kind of cool, and yeah, I just sort of wanted a character that was just cool, but like nice too. I don't know. You'll find out more when we get the dialogue out and the whole thing is finished. But yeah.
For sure. No, it's the process has gone pretty well. So I think the initial project started out with a general outline and then just a lot of bouncing back and forth. And Leah took it over and started to write, and then we would connect and work on page layouts, and I would send those page layouts to Felipe, which were pretty extraordinary layouts. Basically like stick people. So as we're kind of roughing through them, because we did basically all of our meetings and conversations just on Messenger, right?
Yeah, just Facebook, just chat.
Yeah, and screen share. So
Mm-hmm.
we've never met in person just because of probably all the COVID stuff and
yeah,
how things have worked out here, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you? You're in London, aren't you?
Yeah. Kind of central
London, Ontario, not London, UK.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that interesting.
Oh, London.
Just London, New Jersey.
Or that one.
I don't know. There's got to be London's other places. Sure, we could do a little Google Maps, London. Where do they pop up?
Probably. Like the same way that every single town in Ontario has Queen Street, King Street, Main Street.
You were
correct. Ties back to the crown, right? Like with the Thames.
Yeah.
Thames is in there. Lots of Thames.
For sure. No, the way it's been going is it's pretty good. So I know it's taken a little while for the project to finally gain some speed, but there definitely has been quite a few projects in the wraps, right? So
yeah, you have way more going on. I'm just finishing school and master's hunting and job hunting.
Oh,
that's about it. I'm not working on anything else.
That doesn't take much time at all.
Feels like it does.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, that's been pretty exciting journey so far, and it's good to see the pages coming out from Felipe. And
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
yeah, he's done some great work. Like, can share some of these pages and stuff. I wonder. Let's see here. I can go big here. Is it this one?
That's cool.
Ooh, okay, right here. I guess this is the one that should be priority. Should be a little bit bigger, anyways. It's easier to see, right? So.
Right.
But-
That's just such a cool page.
Yeah, my head is kind of blocking Kremos's head here.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah. So my basically what I did is kind of did the general outlines for the characters and the general idea of where they were and stuff, and character designs, and kind of formulated and worked through that as well, and then had sent that stuff to Felipe. There wasn't really much to like. I know the futuristic city that I had in mind in the like Devora, when Daryl and I and all of us were talking about Devora and how much more advanced it needed to be. And that's why in the first picture here you have like a very futuristic city with the layouts and stuff. It was about making the O'Neill sphere. So basically what an O'Neill sphere is it's almost like a ring or some sort of orbiting body that surrounds the planet. And they live in this basically far in the future. How far in the future would you say? About 1,000 years ahead of where we are now, technologically wise?
Yeah, at least a few centuries.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
up there for sure. So even the tech of her suit and that can be fairly advanced as well, right? So.
Oh yeah. To be compact like that, yeah.
For sure. Almost like some sort of, not necessarily nanotech, but
Yeah.
I learned
Screw
something.
Iron Man.
I learned something interesting about nanotech just recently, that the very first nanotechnology that they had discovered was in some ancient ceramic pots, whether they did it by chance or not. But nanotechnology has been around for almost 7,000 years.
Oh, that's really cool.
It is kind of neat. So, yeah, you can see in some of these panels, he's done a really good job, in the opening scene and stuff with, the lower surface area of the planet. So it's supposed to have almost kind of like a cyberpunky look to it, very kind of grungy, dirty. Like, it's going to be really interesting when the colors come in, the inks are done, the dialogue comes in, and the book is getting its final touches. I think it's really going to pull everything together and really help ground it, right? So, like, once you throw color in there, and I also told Felipe too that some of the banners and stuff like that are going to drop in behind them, some of the technology, like the video screens and so on and so forth, they're all going to be done by me. Like, I'm going to take them and I'm going to digitally edit them. I'm going to create the signage in Illustrator and then drop them in as well. So it's going to have a real cyberpunky kind of feel with neon lights and digitized. Like, it'd be really neat to have like a digitized screen that would be behind them that would look like it was broken, or that was twigging out like Daryl was on the live stream the other night there with his audio. He was totally doing a Max Headroom thing. He'd go to talk and then he'd sputter and then he'd just hear
Creepy.
that kind of stuff. And Liam's laughing. That kind of stuff. And then the spread is pretty neat. When you get into a little bit of the reflecting and the tie-ins to some of the other storylines are going to unravel as well. So, and some interesting stuff about the history of the character and the tie-ins of the character and who the character is related to, which will be pretty interesting.
Yeah, be very exciting.
Yeah, that spread's nice. So,
Yeah, it's definitely like a quick way of kind of showing who they are, who she is, and a bit of their background. That's really cool that you could squish it into one little spread. I never
yeah,
would have thought of that. That's neat.
I think with the layout of the spread and how it's going to fall in the spine, there will be some things that need to be adjusted a little bit. So, like the
Yeah.
helmet's going to need to come out of the seam.
Yeah.
This little girl is going to they're going to need to move to this side just to open up, and then possibly, split it down the chair on both sides as well. So, and same with the little story going on here. You can't even see where I'm pointing at, right?
Yeah, we can see it. Your
Oh, yeah, I see
cursor's there.
Yeah, we see it.
This thing is jumping like crazy.
Looks smooth over here.
Oh yeah, I think my mouse is having a stroke. It needs some batteries. I need to get a battery mouse.
Oh.
Go hard line directly into the computer. But let's see what else. Ooh. Oh, is there anything that you'd like to talk about the story, or kind of feed into? I guess the writing structure and what you found was the easiest to put the story together. How you found breaking down the dialogue and things like that as well. So, yeah, be sure to give thumbs up. Somebody gave us a thumbs up, Liam.
Yeah, we got your artist friend Bob Little in the chat there. He's watching. So nice. Yeah, I was trying to get him on, but I think he's just going to watch because he's not all set up.
Nice.
But he's there.
How do you know that he's there?
Because I'm talking to him on via whatever whatever app I'm using at the moment. I think it's Instagram. Might be Facebook.
I'm like, there's no comments in the.
I don't see anything.
Yeah,
I'm always inviting people. Everybody come and join. Like we had this, Leah. We had this. My young friends who are like millennials, right? They called it a variety stream because like we had one guy drawing, we had one guy. Like the rest of us were talking comic books, this, that, the next thing. We're talking Sasquatches.
There he is.
And then I had a friend of mine who was gaming. So he was playing League of Legends, and it was really fun. Variety stream. So like you never know what to expect with this channel.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're just trying to iron out and get more artists, more writers. It's basically trying to build a creative community. So which
Absolutely.
Is great. Yeah, and to get it out there. And Liam's like, I have this idea. I want to get more artists, coming on the channel and just get it out. Just get it out there, right? So I'm like,
exactly. Like the part of like I've been building a YouTube channel for the past year. Not building the channel, more like building my ability to build a channel. Like it's real baby steps. Like. I'm like a lot of artists. I'm very introverted and kind of nervous in front of people or in front of cameras. So I've been fighting that for years. And over the course of time, I think that it actually helped me, because I analyze everything and break it down. So I've been building this channel and I'm like, how can I build a following on YouTube? It's like, well, I can do tutorials, I can teach. And at first I really didn't want to do that. But as time went on, I realized that there's a community that you build, and you can't just go out and say, you can't just do show and tell, because people aren't interested in that unless you're already famous, right? If you already have like movies or comic books and you're established, then people are interested in you. But if you're trying to build a following, you have to serve people in some way. So I was like, I'm gonna do some tutorials on different kinds of things. And then that kind of grew to an idea that's like, I'm just going to help artists, period. And one way to do that is to help artists, bring them onto live streams, encourage them, talk to them, build a community, right?
For sure.
Nice.
So that's my goal.
Yeah, that's awesome too, especially, with Tardigrade Press and working and with writers and artists, and building a community is a great thing. So teams of individuals can, they can collaborate, they can build, they can network. It's a wonderful thing.
If you're gonna, like, comics is so collaborative. It's another, well, let me say it this way. So the first thing is like, if you're going to be an artist, you have to choose a thing to get into, right? And so art it can be a solo endeavor. Like if you're a painter, it's going to be very solitary. Same with writing, right? Unless you're part of a team of writers, it's going to be a solitary endeavor. Is that right? Do you write alone, Leah?
Yes. My own stuff, yes. This project, obviously, I've been working with Chad and other team members in the beginning. Very collaborative. Right. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So it's so much more fun doing all of this stuff when you are in a community of people. And so that thing about comic books is like, it takes you out of working alone. I mean, some comic book writers and artists are still very solitary, which is fine. But you have to deal with like an editor, or deal, like if you're an artist, you have to deal with the inker. If you're a writer, you have to be talking with the artist. And so it's very collaborative. And I think that's awesome. Like, so I have this belief that comic book artists are pretty much the best artists. Like it's the most fulfilling, because I did paintings for a number of years, like abstracts, horses, anything that sold. And I really didn't enjoy the world of it, And I grew up with comic books. That's what got me into art in the first place, was these artists like Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri and Simon Bisley and Arthur Adams and writers like Chris Claremont. I read Chris Claremont before I read anyone else, William Gibson or Isaac Asimov, or all these sci-fi writers, right? So it's like that got me started, and it just kind of made sense to eventually go back to it. And so comic books is perfect.
Yeah, and I just fell into it, right? So it just it started on a whim and just kept on going. So, and it's still going. And
how did it start on a whim? I don't know how that happened. How did it start on a whim?
Well, I've always had this creative juice that was always attributed to wanting to create my own comics and to do that kind of stuff, because even as a kid, I used to draw my own comic panels, and in high school, I used to do the same thing. And, in college and stuff, in my sketchbooks, I'd kind of create those little comic layouts with different characters. And it wasn't until I moved out west that I started and made a comic book that is not PG by any means, but it was parodies to All My Friends and such. And that's actually where the Silver Sparrow initially came from, was that parody comic from the early 2000s. The Silver Sparrow was actually supposed to be a villain in this parody to one of my buddies called Percy Enos. So
It was brilliant.
Very
so
constipated.
you can only imagine what he was called. So, and but anyways, the Silver Sparrow was that character, but was very very sparrow looking, and looked like a rocket instead with wings. So much different than how she is now. But,
yeah, no, she's like human.
yeah, well, the development of the character too, it took different phases, because when I started to do the other comic drawings a couple years ago, while I was drawing specifically on breaks and after school, after work and stuff, yeah, because you'd seen those books that I created with all the little characters and stuff, but they were like more kind of cartoony characters, because I shared those with, I think, everybody in the group.
Yeah.
This is where my mind is. This is the kind of environment that I'm looking for, like a lot of concept art and ideas that I kind of splattered all over, right? So with that, yeah, it's, I was in that unfortunate incident in my life, and And then, you know, as part of this whole recovery, just drawing tended to fall right back into it. And then, you know, I by chance, I just happened to do like a cover, and then I started to think, and then I connected with Johnny, and then, you know, just everything just started to roll from there. So, and now we're here. So, which is, it's definitely like falling into it. That's basically what I did. It was fall into it. So, and just went with it. So it's been a good journey, and
It's just getting started, man.
yeah, it is just getting started. I've been enjoying the journey.
Aw, that's awesome.
Not so focused on any sort of destination, but just letting it take form and shape, and it should be good. So
That's kind of what I was doing too. Just like, I'll go try and see where it leads.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You never know too, right? So
It
and
must be nice to be so laid back about it. I've been trying to get that laid back approach to art, and it's for me, I can't. Like for me, it's almost like war. So it's almost the exact opposite of your guys' approaches. Is it's like I've wanted to do this full time my whole life, and it's really, really hard to do it full time. You know, like, and there's been so many different things that got in the way. So I'm like, I've made it a priority. Probably in times when I shouldn't have, you know, so I've probably taken it too far, you know, but yeah, like there's nothing laid back about my approach to being an artist. I'm very militant about it, very protective about it. And I really want to do it full time bad, you know?
yeah, it's when he's rolling out of the house, you know, wearing undies, house robe, and slippers to go get milk. Yeah, I've been at the drawing table for days.
Designing airplanes in my hotel room, you know, bottles of pee. Yep.
That's right.
Buckets.
Your buddy comes over. Hey, I didn't realize you had so much apple juice.
yeah, it's apple juice. Go try it. It's the best.
Trademark though.
Yeah, for sure. But no, this is pretty exciting. And then, you know, I think this project's going to come to light, and the Kickstarter for this project, it's within the next 3 to 6 months for sure. It still needs to be inked. It still needs to be colored. The dialogue still needs to be put in. Not to mention there's other projects going on at the same time as well. So we had Bob and Daryl on the other day, and we were talking about the Fatal Charades. Oh, you know what we didn't even do? We didn't even launch the Sasquatch Viking video, but oh, sorry, that was just a brain fart.
Do that anytime, man. Just keep on doing it. Shameless promotion. That's my philosophy. Absolutely shameless capitalists. That's what we are. Let's do the ads and have fun doing it, you know? Sell out all the way, bro.
For sure. And then the Sasquatch Viking thing, which tended to fall, like it fell into the spotlight and kind of took over. It was a project that I think was just kind of in the background, and then ended up just, you know, an artist came in, and it just had a lot of steam, and picked up that steam, and we went with it. So, which was pretty sweet. And I know there's just a whole ton of other books that are going to be coming out. And in 2022, we hope to have a good collection of books as well. So Silver Sparrow, hope to have Lacewing, hope to have the remaining of Solera. And I think Silver Sparrow is going to be the biological origin. Oh, we dropped Leah.
Oh no. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Oh.
For some reason, your camera must have turned off or something.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. You
Might have
go
timed out.
ahead. Keep
I'm
talking.
gonna run this Sasquatch Viking video for anybody who hasn't seen the video. I'm gonna launch it, and be sure to head over to the Kickstarter campaign, show us your support, and make a pledge. There's going to be additional tiers and goodies that are going to be added, sometimes on the daily, sometimes on the weekly.
Hey, chat.
Sorry, Liam.
So cool. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I was gonna say, like, for the people who don't know, like, what do they get when they subscribe? If they go to that Kickstarter page and like check it out, you know, what's in it for them?
Well, there's tons of things that are in it for them. If they unlock certain reward tiers, once we reach our goal, there are going to be certain tiers that are going to be unlocked, and each person who's backed the project will get special gifts. But those are only unlocked once we've achieved our goal. There'll be a goal at 4,600. There'll be a goal at 5,000. There'll be a goal at other numbers. As we see the numbers start to climb, we will add additional goodies. So
sweet.
And not to mention too that there will be some other things that will be kind of poking up as we go along here. So I still have to converse with a couple individuals to figure out the specifics of some of the things. Like Kickstarter, I think, has some restrictions to how you can promote the campaign as well. I don't think you can give physically stuff away. I can't remember. Sorry. Oh no, they don't do charity stuff, but we'll get that figured out. No worries.
Let me ask you this, okay? What is your elevator pitch for Sasquatch Vikings? What's the story about?
The elevator pitch. Well, the story is about the basically the Vikings coming to the new land, or basically, I'm looking for a specific word, colonization of the New World. And they come in contact with the indigenous culture of the area and a group of resident Sasquatch. So
are the Sasquatch and the maybe this is a spoiler, maybe it isn't, but are the Sasquatch and the Viking and the natives, are they on the same team? Are they like
they are, they're brothers at arms. So
it's really Vikings versus both the natives and the Sasquatches.
Correct.
They're kind of euchred, eh?
What's that? They're kind of euchred.
Wouldn't want to be a Viking on that ship, man.
Well,
tell you.
The way the story goes too is it's based on a foretelling of a tale, but the Viking raids have happened on a number of occasions. So there's a bounce back between past, present, and future. So being told by an elder.
Right. Oh, okay.
That's a little bit.
I heard the echo of my voice there. Oh.
And the dogs are barking. My wife's home, so.
Yay, Lindsay!
Yeah, for sure. Make sure if you're stopping by to watch, to give us the thumbs up. And I guess if you're watching from YouTube, you can't really. You can you give a? Yeah, you can give a thumbs up in YouTube, can't you?
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think the thumbs up on YouTube shows up on the StreamYard, but it sure is gratifying when we see the thumbs up and any kind of like, someone's watching, they like us.
Yeah, the third person popped in. Oh no, they know I'm here, and then they left.
Oh no,
I've been seen.
I don't want those guys to know I'm here.
Yeah, I can't even creep for a couple minutes. Jeez. So, just funny stuff. But no, we're really thankful to have you here today, Leah, to kind of just cover the bases on this great story, and a great story it is. And I look forward to the completion of the project and the start of the Kickstarter. So, and from what you were saying too, can I talk about your future of the writing of this book, or?
Do you mean like this issue? This first issue? Well, I'll finish it.
No, I understand that, but just because of your former commitments and other things going on in life and how busy your life is too, that you can you were planning on working a couple issues and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing after this first issue is done. I plan to be doing like in some kind of master's program by next September, or even just more schooling in general. I'm not really sure which one it's going to be, but I don't know. I'll see where things go and my schedule, and who knows, maybe I'll help with the next issue. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all exciting for sure. So it's exciting for you and your future endeavors. And so, and committing to one issue is commitment enough. That's I'm not trying to fish you out for more issues on the live stream or anything like that. I'm just saying
Not at all. Would never do that.
that, yeah, probably after the first issue we'll be, switching into like a different writer but still moving the same kind of storyline along, right? So, and moving it along. But it'd be pretty interesting to see some of that arena stuff going on, right?
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. That would be like the fight scenes. That'd be pretty cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a little tidbit of the information here on the direction of possibly future issues. And there's a ring that is around the planet, one of the Dyson sphere or O'Neill sphere, sorry.
Hold on. What? There's something other than a Dyson sphere? What's an O'Neill sphere?
I know the O'Neill spheres are the rings that go around. The Dyson sphere is basically like they theorize that extremely sophisticated and advanced civilizations have encapsulated their suns to use it as like a power source. That is a Dyson sphere where they're drawing the power of their sun.
That one I know, but the O'Neill sphere is a ring as opposed to a giant sphere, like
it's a ring that it's basically like another environment around a planet that could.
That's so cool.
For sure.
Great. I love learning these kinds of things. This is awesome.
And not to mention that this planet, Devora, has a multitude of different moons. And some of the moons have been mined really heavily. Other moons are relegated specifically for a tournament of champions, basically. So some of the strongest, most powerful beings meet at this planet and basically beat the hell out of each other. So
perfect.
Yeah, show off her
comic book writing at its finest.
Liam's being sarcastic.
No, I'm not. Actually, that's what you need. What's a comic book without fighting? You got to have some action, bro.
What's some violence in there?
Come on, man.
The bloodshed.
Talking about.
It's what they read comics
Lots
for.
of bloodshed. Exactly. Yeah. Need that action, man. Get that action.
All the Viking stuff will definitely have a little bit of bloodshed in it. So
looks like it does. The trailer looked really cool.
Oh yeah, thank you. It's just in the final little touch-ups for the color, and I finished a little bit of the dialogue and should be ready to go. So, but we still got like 56 days left, so a little bit of time there. But yeah, it's all exciting stuff. I'm super excited for all these projects coming down the line. So, so I think next on the list will probably be the Fatal Charades, and after that will be Complex Dimension, which is a book that I'm illustrating with Thaddeus Zabrowski, who is the creator and writer of that book. So, and then it will probably be the biological origin story of Silver Sparrow, which is pretty wicked.
Yeah.
So you have like lots of different projects kind of all in the same world. That's basically the gist of what's going on here, right? Like it's not just like one comic. Like you got the Kickstarter for Sasquatch Vikings, but it's also tied in with Silver Sparrow, and is that all tied in with like the charades? What's it called again?
No, the Fatal Charades.
Charades.
The Fatal Charades is its own intellectual property by Bob and Daryl.
Okay.
So, with the biologicals, it umbrellas Silver Sparrow, Lacewing, Recluse,
Solera.
Yeah.
Solera?
Solera, Neutron Star, all those.
It's like its own universe.
Yeah, they come together. And right now, all the origin stories are kind of like converging, so they come together. So, but in that one book, the script that I had sent you, Liam, of the, the Paradox one, the Sasquatch one.
Yeah.
That is the beginning of the origin of what brings the entire group together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it ties in some other themes because Liam was the cover artist of you've seen the cover that Liam did, right? The Sasquatch cover.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Show
Where he's
him.
like standing.
Yeah.
Show them my
us
work.
more.
It's the greatest.
It's the best. The best.
I had a lot of fun doing that Sasquatch. It was a blast.
Yeah. So cool.
So yeah, that story or whatever was written by another writer who has left the project, and we're basically rehashing that storyline. And I wrote the story for this revised version. So in my outlining stuff, it basically covered all the basis, and then the story wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be, but now it's exactly where it needs to be. So it's definitely it's going to be a nice story. So I tried to connect with that artist in Africa to actually create the storyline for this one, because his work was right in the wheelhouse of the style. And he just had a very raw kind of wild twist to his drawings. Like it just felt perfect. You know, when you see somebody's art, Liam, and it just kind of falls into that, you know, it's perfectly suited for something that you have in mind.
Usually means I can't afford it.
Yeah, that's basically what came up. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. It's a little bit out of my.
It's like, I love your work. I totally can't afford it, but man, yeah. I used to love when people say that about my paintings. It's like, your paintings are wonderful, but I'm like, that's so nice. Thanks.
Yeah, then you're holding your hand out, and they're like putting 120 in there.
I'm gonna go eat my mac and cheese now. Bye.
And after about 2020, so you're still holding your hand out. Or Liam pre-shaved. Yeah, they're making jokes about here, Liam.
It's good times.
Yeah. I hear it's just a self-portrait of Liam. Where he added That's right.
That's awesome.
I did joke about, the Sasquatch did like to shave his chest, so
He's got to have a shaved chest, man.
At least he's got long locks.
He's well groomed. He knows exactly where to shave to show off his assets.
Yeah.
Appreciate.
I did model the abs for that image though, right? So Liam's like, hold still, and we did it live over the webcam. So yeah, those airbrushed abs held up for quite a while though.
I'm just going to agree.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't have the energy.
Nice. Are you talking backstreamed, or are you talking?
I got it. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah.
There you go. I'll come back. I'm hiding behind my artwork.
Yeah. That's the safest place to be. So, do you have any questions for Leah, Liam?
Oh,
tongue twister.
So you're from London. What have you written anything in the past before this, or is this your first writing project, or?
I've written things for myself, like little story things. I haven't done anything with them or tried putting them anywhere. They're just for me. I daydream a lot. And then of course my schooling, so just a crap ton of research papers and essays and things like that.
If you don't mind me asking, what are you studying?
I just finished geography and environment, and looking into getting into research, either sociological research or urban research, like urban planning.
Geography and environment. So like that would be like, is that a science or is that a sociology type thing or like planning?
Yeah, I got more into the BA, the Bachelor's of Arts kind of thing. I was never super good at science and math, so I kind of try to stay away from that and more into like the research of people and human environment and things like that.
Oh, so it's not like ecology. It's about people and geography and where they're from.
Yeah, human geography.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, studying
Yeah,
people,
cool.
where they are and how the environment affects us and how we affect the environment.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, I'm putting the pieces together in my head here. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Indeed.
I think quite a bit about that. I have lots of thoughts about the way geography influences. Like it seems like so many of the differences between people are arbitrary. It seems arbitrary because geography is like where they land and where you grow up, right? Like there's an element of chance in that. Like you could be, when you're born, you could be in Africa as easily as you could be in Europe or South America or wherever. But then when you get there and you're growing up as a kid, it has like profound effect. And even if you're just like one house right next door to another house, you could have a completely different experience, but you'll have common experiences with the people around you. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Nope.
But then like if you're talking like totally a different continent, you have different sunlight, you have different seasons, you have different, kind of patterns with the people around you. And all those differences, it's like people like what's familiar to them, right? Like you're most comfortable with what you're familiar with, even like in terms of food. Like I love mac and cheese, right?
Me
like
too.
every North American is like, we're all like mac and cheese crazy. But I got some friends who are Indian. They got no love for mac and cheese at all. It's, in fact, if it doesn't have like turmeric and like crazy hot spices from that region, they don't even want the hot spices from like the Caribbean. They want their own hot spices, right? And you're like, wow, that's really like specific stuff, And it's like, it takes a while to get used to, and it's all geography, really.
It is.
Geography.
Yep.
He makes theme songs for conversations. It's great.
I like that. Power geography.
And Liam and I worked really hard to dress the same today, so good on you.
I was gonna change my shirt. I didn't do it. You just reminded me. I have the coolest collection of shirts. Let me. I think I can actually get rid of our name tags for a second here and show you
glasses, throw
just
on.
how awesome my shirt is. Yeah. So this is my. It's not rocket surgery. I have a whole bunch of like really funny, I think they're funny, shirts from $6 t-shirts. Used to be $5 t-shirts, but then inflation hit them, so now it's $6 t-shirts. And you order them, it's like 5 of them. He's singing songs again. It's great. We just give that guy a guitar.
Musician too.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear me sing.
I love dorky t-shirts. It's great, but I'm very close in color to what Chad is wearing because we're brothers now.
I'm a new age songbird, a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
Furby.
I forget what I was watching the other day, though. It was funny though. I can't even remember, so I'm not even going to try to repeat it.
Did you say Furby or Fergie?
Furby.
Furby. Okay, I thought so. I thought it was Fergie. I was like, wow, that's really, Fergalicious. Make the
get some comic karaoke. That's right.
That was my high school.
I can sing "Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places" by the Incredible Hulk.
I'm actually writing a song. Speaking of karaoke, I'm writing a song about Chad at the moment. It's gonna take me a while to put it together, but it's coming. It might be a funny song. It might not be. I don't know yet. So far, if it's gonna be funny, I got to change the tone because so far it's like kind of classic bluegrass. But yeah, I make really stupid songs. I enjoy it. It's kind of a pastime. I write songs that just are goofy.
And it's hard to believe I inspired a song that somebody wants to write about me that's stupid.
It's the best. I want that too.
It's awesome.
I can't wait to hear it. So,
and now that I've talked about it, it's like now I actually got to do it. Like, why did I talk about it? Oh man.
If I'm ever in the car again driving, I'll be singing the song while it's on the radio. Playing it in the CD player over and over again.
I would.
Hey, it's a song about you. You can't get better than that. The thing is like you can't make it like once you write a song about a friend and it becomes a thing, you have to be nice in the song. And if you do crack jokes, the jokes have to be completely benign. Like if you do mean things, it's like you're not going to be friends after that. It's awful. So I've learned to like big up my people in the songs I write for them and the poems too.
Nice.
It's important.
It's good to be nice.
Yeah, for sure.
New reward tier.
Song about the Chad. Yeah, there you go. We'll release the song to you as an NFT with the music video.
Everybody who supports this gets the Chad song.
The Chad tier.
And then you see everybody drop their pledge.
There's out.
You're supposed to be helping, Liam.
For sure. Hey, Dar, how's it going, man? Good to see you in the chat there.
Yeah, for sure.
I just realized it was Darsar.
That's right. Yeah. He's like the hard working. Would you say like not necessarily? He definitely works the background of the. Oh man, what do you call that?
Oh, it's awesome. He's in the chat. He's like active.
Yeah, he's engaged.
Good dude.
Yeah. I went into Facebook and noticed that, you have 800, not 800, but 18 new messages in Facebook. And then I cracked it open and I was like, it was
awesome. Awesome.
At least
that's how it starts, man. Like I was doing videos with like no watchers, for the longest time. And I'm really actually thankful about that because my first videos were awful. Yeah. Absolutely awful.
I was excited, right? I was all excited thinking, hey, there's 18 people. But I'm very thankful, Dar, for all your comments and stuff and your activity. It's been,
now he's like, awesome. Oh no, they're being all serious. I got to go. Bye.
Yeah. Well, not like the one person who popped in, saw that we noticed them and then they left.
Aw, come back.
So this is a really good assortment of art you have in front of us here, Chad.
It is. Yeah. These are 3 covers by 3 different artists of the 3 characters of 3 of the characters of the biological. So yeah, you got Lacewing over here on the right in the purple.
Cool.
This was drawn by Gabe Schivo and inked by our buddy Alan Moda and colored by me. And in the middle, there's this guy named Liam Jones who drew this wicked version of the Sasquatch character.
I know him.
I know him.
And to the left, we have the version of Solera by my buddy Simon and colored by Kurt Michael Russell, who is a professional colorist. So we've definitely got a few individuals rolled into the projects as well. I do have another file open. I'm sure you need to hear me talk about when I'm opening here, but
I love that Lacewing. There's like a lot of things are good about that. Like aside from the drawing style, which is, it's very contemporary. It's like Jim Lee, Dave Finch kind of style drawing, but then you got your own like color thing, and that coloring job is solid, bro. I really like it.
Oh, thanks for
the choice of the background color with like the gray kind of fog dust thing. Yeah, good. I like that a lot.
I can't even find the whatever. I'll just keep on looking. But this is another character too. This is like the recluse, who's another character. So
The dreaded brown recluse.
yeah.
It's a lot friendlier than the spider. Like he looks like a guy I could actually like, probably hang out with. I don't know. Those big eyes might
Oh,
still
here it
bug
is.
me out.
It was in. This is another one that I did here. That was drawn by Diego. What is Diego's last name? But he's and he's got like 150,000 followers on Instagram. He does his own. He does his own like. Here, let's see here. Where are you, Diego? I can post it up here. Oh man.
His Instagram?
Yeah, what's his? It's John Killing. That's what his tag is. His normal.
Yeah, the thing about Instagram and followers and YouTube and stuff is like, are they real followers? Did they earn those followers? Is it because, and how did they get them?
Oh,
It's
he got all these because he's just awesome.
Yeah. So like they're all legit followers. Like are the comments on his artwork like going on for days or what? Like without a amount of followers, lots of action.
Yeah. He's got some pretty sweet stuff. Just check the link below. But
Nice.
he does his own comic books as well, and then he releases them based on this whole universe that he's created.
Oh yeah, so he's built it up. Yeah, props to him, man. That's like classic sci-fi stuff that belongs on covers of like, books by authors and things.
For sure, it's a totally different take on the character itself. Like this is basically Neutron Star right after he got blasted by. Well, I don't want to lead too much into it, but anyways,
spoilers.
Yeah. The only spoiler that I'm going to say is that he is going to modify. He's going to actually, because he's so distracted by the fact that he's ugly, he's going to try to beautify himself by adding like not prosthetics, but a suit that kind of beautifies him a little bit. So
he's a very handsome shade of purple.
Yeah, he's kind of glowing. I wanted to make him glow kind of like a crystal. The dark crystal.
Oh.
No, but I kind of got a purple theme going on here with Lacewing and him, right? So, yeah, and it's interesting to see like everybody's take on, just different characters, right? So, I did do where was that? I found that in one of the folders, and I have no idea where I found that. But we got another neutron star here, and then we have Solera. I just want to share some stuff here.
These are great, dude. This is awesome.
Yeah. Beautiful pieces.
So much fun. Like super fun.
Yeah, it is.
We have like an updated Silver Sparrow concept suit.
That's so cool.
I double clicked on my screen and it did a funky chicken thing. This is like the updated suit for the Silver Sparrow. So, cool. Because even in your story and stuff like that, the initial suit wasn't supposed to be her initial suit, right? Like it was supposed to come out and be developed and kind of like Iron Man, where he's constantly developing his tech and modifying his tech and changing his tech. So
yeah,
but
it's a new suit, basically.
Yeah, another character comes into play in the book too, as well, from the initial write downs of her childhood friend, like the Junko. So which will be really sweet, right? Because she'll be all silver and the Junko will basically be like all black. So it'll be really neat.
Yeah, there'll be some. I had thought of like interesting character changes for him down the road too, but you don't really see that in the first issue. The
No.
first issue is pretty nice, just nice little friend.
For sure. And make
Mhm.
sure if you're in the chat to give us a thumbs up.
We love it. We love the thumbs up.
I'm looking for
I
that
do
one.
especially.
That one. Is it even open? Oh, no. This is it. No. Oh, right here. Fun drawing Recluse. This is one of my drawings of Recluse.
Okay,
So
very cool.
that was what I was looking for, but I couldn't find it in all the buried stuff. But no, it'll be pretty interesting to see how things go. I don't think we'll keep you too much longer here. And no, I'd just like to thank you for coming on and talking a little bit else, or a little bit about the book and project, and your future endeavors, and yeah, just the fun of writing comics and getting into it.
Yeah, I had no idea what to expect or even how to do it. I'm like, how do you do a script for a comic? Like, I'm trying to think dialogue in a box, like where the art is, each box. Like, panel this. I don't know. It was all guesswork.
For
I
sure.
used the internet a little bit for help, but it's very, very new to me.
For sure. Yeah, a lot of us are kind of feeling getting out the tentacles and figuring out how it all worked, right? So
Yeah, it's a whole new world. Very
absolutely.
different from a research paper.
I started writing like back in the day, just writing songs, right, and poems. I love that from the time I was a kid. But it was only fairly recently when I started. A buddy of mine has this whole world. He's been drawing these comic characters. He calls them potato people, and he's been drawing these things forever, right? And English is his second language, and even though he reads a lot, he was kind of insecure about writing something for it. So he's like, he asked me if I would write it. And of course, I'm going to, like, for sure. We're close friends, right? So I wrote him this like script. It was like a script for a 24-page potato comic, lots of jokes and silly stuff. And I built up this whole world and everything for him. And it was amazing. And I got the bug, and I finished the first draft and I handed it to him. He's still holding on to it. We haven't done anything with it yet, but that was my first actual writing experience. And it was so fulfilling, and it was for my buddy, you know what I mean? So it was like, it had good feelings all around. And then I'm like, hey, I can write. I actually wrote a comic book script. Cool. So then I wrote my own thing. I'm like, I need to do my own. So I started developing this whole world. And yeah, it's the best. It's really fun. Like, I just got right into the whole world building thing, developing the characters. But I think the best is dialogue. I love writing people bantering back and forth. And once you finished up their characters, like, did you do much character work, like developing them out?
I did a little bit. I did like a kind of brief character outline for each character for this issue, and then kind of invented the relationships they had with each other, and then how they would talk to each other, and then the dialogue kind of flowed from that. I like writing dialogue too. That's what a lot of my little short stories have. It's just talking. I'm probably more into the banter than I am the descriptive parts. No token.
Me too. I think that like story follows character first, like people will like kind of fill in the characters and just tell the story. It's like, no, man, like, who are these people? Let's see how they interact. I'm really interested in that. It's a lot of fun. Who are your main influences in writing?
In writing, I guess a bit of Tolkien. I read some books by she's an Irish writer, kind of medieval fantasy, but like subtle fantasy books.
What's her name?
I forget her name. I forget the last name, but I'll send it to you guys if you want to know. But I liked her kind of way she wrote too. I should read more.
You like Tolkien. I'm actually surprised by that. Not
Oh,
because like
amazing.
it's like Tolkien isn't a great writer. I love Tolkien, but I just found that it's kind of, it's not usually the girls, like a woman's like interest in reading. You know, like the girls that I went to university with, they weren't interested in Tolkien at all. Mist of Avalon, yes, all the way, that kind of thing, right? And my daughter
Gotcha.
loves to read. She won't touch Tolkien. Like no interest in Tolkien at all. She's 18, but she'll read things like School of Good and Evil, like anything to do with witches
Oh,
and
cool.
sorcery and that kind of thing. That she loves that. You know, but it's got to be like
Oh,
teenager, you know, teenager girl, witch hero, lots of
oh
funny
yeah.
stuff happening. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So how do you like Tolkien? So tell me about this. What is it
Uh,
that draws you to J.R. Tolkien?
well, it was actually the movies that drew me to it back when they first came out, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I love this world so much!" And then
That's awesome.
oh, I love Lord of the Rings. I love the lore. I love the world that he created and how in depth it was. And I made his own language. Just it was so cool. And then I've ever since the movies came out, I was just like, I want to do the same thing.
I read the books, and
Yeah.
like once I had to get used to the books because so much of it is like it's just a love of language, right? There's all
Yeah,
the poetry and songs, and you're like, why am I reading this poem? You know, like what
or
is
the
this, right?
song.
And it's fantastic, right? You just kind of like you go with it, and then there's this kind of joviality that you start like as you get into the world, you're like you start to feel like you're in the forest with the hobbits, you know, and there's a comfort to it or something.
Yeah, I love that. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm a fan of that.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, a lot of different. I also grew up with like anime and some other nerdy things growing up that kind of influenced my interests in fantasy writing and stuff. Yeah, I think helped me write this kind of story. I
That's
haven't
what,
written a lot of futuristic stuff, but it's been fun. Yeah, it's new and it's fun. Yeah, for sure.
and it's an exploration, right?
Hmm.
Hobbit. You're just exploring the whole the writing universe in different realms, and
Yeah,
Darsar
exactly.
has his thumb on the pulse of our conversation. It's
it was
ridiculous.
that geography, that math and description.
You're right. It was the geography. All those maps
I
got
got
me
a map
hooked.
right here.
That's perfect.
It's all leading in.
Nice.
So true. I like Tolkien's world building was ridiculous. I read a book about him writing that. It was an audiobook I listened to. It came from a little blurb that he had written in a paper because he was worried. He wrote the book, or he was building the whole world for the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit and everything, that whole world during World War II. And he was worried that he would die before, and he was really old too. He had already been like quite old, hanging out with like the likes of C.S. Lewis and a bunch of other guys who I don't know. But yeah, he was worried that he wouldn't see it in his lifetime come to fruition. So there's this whole story about him like living in that fear and eventually getting it out there, you know, in time before he got killed in a bombing raid or died of old age or something like that. But there was a lot of panic because he had spent so long building the world and never actually wrote anything, got down to getting the story out.
Nice.
Right. Yeah.
You know, my very first experience, and I was thankful with world building, happened in special ed, man. My special ed teacher was amazing. We did this whole thing of like foolscap, and he said I had to draw this entire world, and then I had to create it all visually first, and then
Wow.
with all the aspects of this map that I created, I had to make stories that were associated to that specific world. So
That's so cool.
I liked that was my first creative writing thing. And I
Wow.
stayed in that creative writing frame of mind for a very long time.
Aw.
I'm still in that world, Liam.
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Just got stuck in a canyon for a little while, and your back eddy pushed up against the wall. Getting tired of fish.
Oh God.
We were actually drawn the other day, and we kept on getting this one model that kept on popping up that was like Gollum, and Liam was like talking like Gollum. It was funny.
Oh
Yeah,
God, that's awesome.
I do weird voices and impersonations and stuff. It's part of my shtick. When I get really comfortable, I'll do it, you know. But yeah,
You're comfortable.
comfortable enough, you know.
Maybe not now.
Don't ask me if I lift up my arms if there's sweat stains underneath them. I don't know. So
Okay. Me, I'd be like, what? No humility.
None of us. That's okay.
Don't worry, I can distract with the power of stupid. You know, you're fine.
yeah,
I can lower the bar to make everybody's bar higher.
I think one of the first impressions I did as a kid was Inspector Gadget. You know that? Did you ever like that? I'm really dating myself. I'm like 46, right? So my cartoons were very different than like SpongeBob. You know, kids nowadays like SpongeBob. I'm like, what, Ren and Stimpy. What are you talking about? You know, or before that. Anyway, so yeah, Inspector Gadget was a cartoon on Saturday mornings when I was a kid, or I think weekdays. Anyway, it was a cartoon, and he had this, yeah, and he had this enemy whose name was Dr. Claw, and Dr. Claw had a metal hand, and he had a cat, and he was always petting the cat and plotting and scheming to kill Inspector Gadget. And he always had this line every single time he would lose, you know, and at the end he's like, "I'll get you next time, next time."
Yeah. And it would always show like a really skewed view of him because you'd never see his face.
Totally. Yeah, you never saw him. Like
8 a.m.
every weekday.
Stars like all over that. He was Inspector Gadget for sure.
I bet he Googled it.
Yeah. You know,
does he Google or does he just know? And
you should be our moderator, Dar. You're like the encyclopedia. You're like the back end.
He moderate his own conversations.
He's the guy in the chair.
So that's great.
Yeah. I'm wondering how many live streams is it going to take? How long do we have to do this before we get like a following of say 1,000? You know,
yeah.
It's going to be cool.
He's seen every episode, man. He's like Die Hard. This is great.
Love it. That's fantastic. Yeah,
I love Die Hard.
I've seen every episode. Hey, wait, I've been on the episodes. I'm not a guest.
I remember when I was a kid, there was also Punky Brewster.
Oh, no way.
You ever watch Punky Brewster?
You keep on digging like half the stuff I completely forgot about, and you just keep on digging it up. I'm like, no.
I like Punky Brewster because I would just let the TV go, and I would be playing Lego the whole time, and all the cartoons. Exactly. You even know the theme song.
I know the theme songs. Punky Brewster.
She had this little like monster friend, and I used to do his voice really well, but I don't know if I can remember it now. But it was something along the lines of, "Oh, what are you doing over there?"
That's like my pet monster.
Yeah. It's good times. Stupid voices.
Yeah. Why do I remember all the stupid songs?
Because they're great. They were so catchy.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can remember. What do you remember about the past? And then I just start singing songs. Hey,
for sure.
The reason why people use song in oral tradition and storytelling, right?
I remember in grade 6. Yeah, grade 6. They brought a TV in, and they had like some teacher had recorded a TV show, right? And they got the commercials in the show as well. So we were all watching, you know, whatever it was they wanted us to watch to instill some good values in us. And then like commercials for like Shoppers Drug Mart and toilet paper and, you know, tampons and stuff came on, and all the kids started singing all the jingles. It was like we all look forward to the commercials because we just sing along with the jingles. It was awesome. It was like, hey, we bonded over capitalism. Fantastic.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
That's a good one.
Fantastic.
Smokey the Bear.
Those pests. Those.
Well, we always somehow roll back into some sort of like TV or movies or something, but
Hey man, that's how I grew up. It's good. It's good times.
for
You know,
sure.
comics is like a whole retro thing. It gives you all the feels, you know, because you grow up with that and it's creative. And, you know, when you look at it as an adult, you'll either cringe or you'll be like, wow, that was really good. You know, I was reading some good stuff back then.
I gave Dara a star.
The number one fan.
Yeah, he's seen every episode. He deserves stars for every comment.
Oh,
That's
cute.
funny. What do you remember from childhood and stuff, Leah?
I didn't have TV until I was past 10. But we did have a couple of movies.
No TV till you were 10? Hold on.
TV.
Wow, no. You got some disciplined parents.
They were weird. Yeah. But after 10,
were they hippies? Were they like artistic?
No, extremely religious.
Ah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
they're like, no TV.
Which
and
religion?
then after,
Which religion?
Christianity. Yeah.
Like which brand of Christianity do you know?
I don't know. It was whatever my dad wanted.
Oh,
That
okay.
was
All right.
right. I don't know. We switched around a lot. But we were very, very chill. But yeah, I didn't have TV until after I was 10. And then we were watching like YTV was huge. The Zone. YTV The Zone.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Dragon Ball Z was really big at the time.
Dragon Ball Z. So that's the anime thing.
Yeah.
See, that's like past. I had stopped watching TV at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I was like a bohemian in art school, and TV was bad, so I didn't do that. I just spent my whole time painting and smoking drugs.
Nice.
That was my life. But you know, the kids were into Dragon Ball Z, and I saw it as a thing. You know,
it was big.
So yeah,
absolutely huge. We were all like super excited about it. And then there was Yu-Gi-Oh and Beyblade. My brothers would be playing with little Beyblade toys and just all kinds of different things. Yeah. SpongeBob, they were like that too.
SpongeBob.
Yeah. Patrick. Who lives in a pineapple? What's your little tree? SpongeBob.
I definitely think if I was a cartoon character, I'd probably be SpongeBob.
Nice.
2 hours later.
That was the best part.
Yeah.
Krabs Burgers.
I think I'm just a couple brain cells away from being like Patrick, but I think I'm pretty good.
Oh no. I like squirrel.
I'm definitely Squidward. There's no doubt about it.
Totally. Grumpy Squidward. Oh,
It's
those
like,
are the best.
It's kind of like Dumb and Dumber, but in cartoon form.
Exactly. And everyone is stupid, not just the two main characters.
That's right. But
Everyone
that's what
but
makes
Squidward.
it so great. Like, look
I
at some of
know.
the greatest cartoons out there. They're all about like super stupid people. Like, look at Winnie the Pooh, man.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
They completely clueless teddy bears.
Yeah, and just
I loved Winnie the Pooh as a kid.
Oh, so did I.
It was great.
But he's got it going on, man. He's got life figured out. Like, it's simple. He knows what he wants. Like, he's very food motivated. And he's just happy all the time, man. The Winnie the Pooh is the model of who I would want to be in my life. And I'm pretty close. I got the red shirt. My face is almost fully orange. So like, I can grow ears and I'm good to go.
See your pot of honey.
Yeah, that's right.
Oblivious and happy. Yep. That's right.
So I want to be.
I don't know anything, and so I like it.
The only thing that's made me angry on these live streams is Photoshop and my drawing tablet.
That's all you need.
work.
Had a couple small meltdowns. So
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but you earned that, you know. Traumatic injury, you know.
oh yeah, overstimulation sometimes it gets me.
Yeah. I'm good
you
with that.
know what
though.
it was too? Like, I think it had a lot to do with that guitar solo. It was just that one extra thing going on, right?
Leah, so what happened is I've been experimenting with music, and you'll notice there's no music on the stream. I've stopped it for a little while just because it's clearer when we're talking to not have music in the background, because I listened back to those and they were really fun at the time, but like a lot of the time, even the music when I got it right was still conflicting with the conversation. So better to do without it unless we're going to be doing art. But at one point I had taken this jazz music, and my buddy, who's like a killer jazz guitarist, made this stuff, these like tracks that went on repeat and did these really cool like guitar solos and stuff, right? And so I'm playing this solo as I'm hanging out with Chad online, and it's driving him nuts. It's like it's scratching some kind of like really uncomfortable itch in his brain, you know? He's like, oh no. And he starts bugging out. I'm like, oh, dude, sorry. Okay. All right. It's got to be the guitar. And it was. That's all it was the guitar. But I gave him a really bad time there for a while.
So confused. Poor thing.
He was. That's funny.
The torture.
I managed.
You survived. You made it through.
It's like an induced form of autism, you know? It's like, and I've had that kind of I dated this girl who was autistic at one point, and I played her some of my jazz music, like modern jazz music, the kind of like, I love it. It's fantastic, but it drives people insane because it's just it's so crazy, right? And she started having this like mini panic attack in the car. It's like, I can't handle it. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is the best music ever. She's like, no, turn it off, please.
Aw.
All right. Okay.
That was kind of like what happened to me. I
put on some
really had
ambient
no
for
idea.
you know, some birds chirping. We'll do
I
fine.
had no idea where that came from either. It happened really fast. So
yeah, it's one of those things. It was like the frequency of the jazz guitar. Like, I love it. To me, a jazz guitar sounds like a rainy day. Like I picture like rain splashing against the window, you know, while you're drinking a coffee. That's the sound of a jazz guitar to me. And to Chad here, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
No.
sorry, Liam.
It's all good. It's all good. Different shows. It's a good thing that I like all different kinds of music.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Yeah. What do you listen to?
A range of things, from classical to a little bit of like piano jazziness and like dancey techno music.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't listen to a ton of new stuff.
So with classical stuff, what do you listen to?
I really like anything with like string instruments, like violins or cellos. And of course, like, I don't know, like the classics by Mozart and Bach and all those fun people. There's some nice pieces.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you say the cello and stuff, of course, all Bach, right? Bach is the bomb. Absolutely the best for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they have these YouTube videos. You've probably seen them or you put them on, where they're just beautifully recorded, and it's some master with this intensely expensive, beautiful instrument, and they've set up microphones. You have all the stereo sound, whatever, and oh my gosh, they just destroy it. It's like the best YouTube videos ever, you know, just playing Bach on some cello.
Yeah, somebody just retired recently because they resold the violin from the Titanic going down.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
That's
I think it was like
crazy.
2015 or whatever, but they found it in an attic. It was a teacher, and she retired. Got like $3.5 million or something for the
For a violin.
Not bad.
It's really John Taylor Swift. Nice.
It's all Taylor Swift.
Yeah, be the princess, I'll be the princess.
Yeah, I'm a big Chopin fan.
I love Chopin. Chopin is fantastic.
Yeah, it's by probably like my top classical music.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's so gypsy. Like Chopin to me is like gypsy meets classical, you know? He's so far out there. His mazurkas, they're just like crazy. It's awesome.
Does it surprise you?
I love it. It's great. I learn new things all the time. Who is Chad Leduc?
Yeah. My wife's still asking the same question.
Oh no.
That's good. A little bit of history, a little bit of intrigue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Oh,
That's
I
hilarious.
can't believe we've already gone like an hour and 20 minutes. This is
Oh, wow.
Boom, just like that.
Yeah, for sure. From writing to life to everything. We talk about everything on our live streams. We're about as focused as I don't know.
Not focused.
That's a great response to you. We're about as focused as I don't know.
We just do whatever. No, I like
About
that.
as focused as not being focused at all. Everything is fuzzy. Daddy's out of focus. Daddy's out of focus.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's funny.
That's okay. But that's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad I got to be a part of it tonight. I went through a few things. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted me to talk about or go over about Silver Sparrow or anything else.
I don't know if there's anything that you thought we missed. I don't know. We kind of hit
When is
from
the
different angles, and
what's the expected due date on this baby?
that's
whole
it's
thing.
kind of up in the air because the inker Alan was supposed to start a little while ago, and there's been some just general delays. But I know it's based on him getting accessibility because he's a traditional inker as well. So that presents some challenges based on where he is in Brazil. So, but when he gets inking, I'm sure he's going to be inking like a champ. So, and he's well worth the wait. So
Cool.
That's exciting. Okay.
oh,
Well,
he's
there's no shortage of projects. You got all kinds of things lined up here. So you've got Sasquatch Vikings. Looks like Fatal Charades is going to be happening pretty soon too.
Yep.
Yeah. What's what do you think is going to come like in the next year? How many do you think you'll have?
We'll probably have a second Sasquatch Viking, number 2. I've already talked to the artist, and he's good to go for the second one. So he's going to get to work on that project probably in the next month. So the project itself is probably going to take 4 months, 6 months. I'm going to say around 4 months from start to finish. We have the Fatal Charades. We have Complex Dimension. There's still Solera and Neutron Star, which are still in my wheelhouse, where I'm kind of picking off pages here and there as well. I was trying to contact another artist to get started on another project, but I'm always searching and looking. And it's hard really to say too, because there could be a couple books that just pop out of the blue as well that I get other people started on. So I really wanted to get started on the book that you created the cover for, Liam.
Cool.
Like that storyline. And I thought that artist, actually the artist who's coming on Friday is the artist that I'm going to show this. Oh, I can show you this. Here, one sec here. This is the artist. Like, I think his stuff is perfect for that style and genre. Like that Sasquatch stuff. Well, this is weird. I just dropped in a new window and it's not even showing the window. Why?
Okay, while you're looking for that, I'm gonna do some housekeeping right here. So shameless plug. Let's promote this Kickstarter here. You got Sasquatch Vikings up on Kickstarter. We're a couple of days into the campaign. I think this is a 60-day campaign. Was it?
It is a 60-day. It's 2 months.
60-day campaign.
There's 56 days left.
Yeah.
So,
Good time. Let's watch this video again just because it's so good. And if you haven't, just go and poke around on the Kickstarter, check it out. Look at all the tiers. Looks like I'm looking forward to it. I put some money behind it. I backed it. Want to get my t-shirts, want to get some swag. Gonna get this
Get my
printed comic.
t-shirt.
Let's watch this thing. Boom.
Pretty sweet.
Love it. Love it.
Cool.
It was very brief.
Love that.
Yeah, but it's on point, in terms of the campaigns, that you see. That's the kind of thing, it's live streams with like a video thing and a good production promoting it. That's how you do these campaigns, Look with other artists. Look at that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the new tier that came today. And we basically have Krill's interior poster variant. There's 25 that are going to be printed, rare variant. So basically there's going to be a stapled in poster in the center of the book, and the Dr. Rock color me cover, I'm going to call it. You can dare to color it if you want, but you know what happens, that's kind of like comic nerd no. Unless you get David Finch to color it.
Oh.
Then you're good. Hey Dave, you got any Sharpies on you? So
Just a quick color.
that's right. Because I think the Dr. Rock's cover looks pretty sweet with that gray wash in the background, right? Like his little cloud. So, but yeah, these are the type of things that we're going to add to the Kickstarter as we go along here. So finally some coloring pages. And yes, Dar is the big inspiration. But you want to hear the funny thing about that, Dar, is that the very next day after you had said that, Krill had posted this image on his Instagram page, and I'm like, oh man. And so then I contacted him and said, can I use that in the inside of the book or whatever? And he's like, yeah, go for it. So yeah, that's
why not? It's like the pages are there, they're uncolored, they're available. It's awesome.
I did ask him if I could color it for a cover, and no, I didn't want it to be a cover, and he didn't want it to be colored. So it's meant to be kept in its original state, which I totally respect. So, but yeah, keep your eyes peeled. There's more and more goodies coming out. And if I could ever get the NFT stuff ironed out and figured out, there might be some NFT stuff in the near future as well, if we can reach those big goals. So
yeah, you don't want to be putting money, you don't want to be minting NFTs if they're not going to be used,
No.
It costs a lot to mint them.
No. Yeah, for sure. But it is a definite must. I think NFTs are going to start to play a big role in some of our Kickstarter campaigns in the future. So.
They're so versatile. Leah, do you know much about NFTs?
No.
No.
What's the
non-fungible tokens?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So you know how you have like a digital file, like a JPEG or a TIFF or something like that for an image. Yeah. So an NFT is like that, but way more. It's basically a form of artwork that has no limitations, and it has a thing called the blockchain attached to it. So it's an original piece of artwork that's got like a built-in certificate of authenticity, like it is its own certificate of authenticity, and it functions the same way that cryptocurrency does. So yeah, it's got like a built-in crypto kind of thing. So the blockchain locks it in as being authentic and a one-off or part of a series. Like, how you get something printed, you'll have like one print of 100 or whatever. You can mint NFTs the same way. So they have and it's a registered limited edition instantly built in. So if you look at currency in terms of like scarcity creating value, NFTs are on lockdown. They're like amazing, right? So an NFT can be anything at all. It can be a book, a video, a music thing, a little animation, just a little pixel thing. It could be anything, right? There's no limitations.
Oh,
Some of the most exciting NFTs are videos, in my opinion, and like entire studios are producing these things. So some of the biggest ones are comic books, and also like videos from top-notch artists and that kind of thing, right? So, and what happens is if someone buys an NFT, like they'll buy, say, an NFT of a comic book, like a one-off, it's only available as an NFT, that's it, and they bought it for $3,000, say, right?
whoa.
Or like some of them you can buy for a series, like, 10, $16 or whatever. I saw one, my buddy bought one for $16. And what you can do is you can watch it any number of ways. So this guy, he bought a comic book and it was on his phone, the NFT. And so what happens is you load up the NFT and then you point your phone at a desk or something like that, and it will put the comic book virtually on top of the table in perspective. And then you can flip its pages and look at and it looks like a real comic book on your phone.
Oh,
Right.
cool.
And that's how you would read it. And that was the NFT. And that's $16.
Yeah.
And you can resell it. So like, okay, I'm going to sell this now. So what happens is so I made the comic book, Leah, you buy it. And then a year later, you're like, okay, I think this artist is catching on. I'm going to sell this NFT now for $30, right? So you sell the NFT, someone buys it for $30. Well, it's built into the blockchain that I'm going to get a kickback from that sale.
Oh.
So when you sell it, I'm still going to get a cut built in, either on top or like however I decide to program it in, right? So the blockchain is like a built-in profit mechanism for the artist as well.
Mhm.
So which is fantastic, because if I make a painting and I sell it to you and you go and sell it later on, I get nothing, right? Like all these paintings selling for millions of dollars, the artist doesn't get that money. The buyer or the seller gets the money, right? So a blockchain works around that.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. It keeps the original like artist or whoever did it, like making sure that they're getting a piece of the pie. That's awesome.
Exactly.
I did not know that was a thing.
There you go. There's my explanation of NFTs.
Business Essentials 101. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Nice.
Here's one of the more modern biological covers that I did. This was
That's such a fun cover, bro. That's so
Yeah.
comic
we got
booky. It's great.
Sasquatch, Lacewing. This is supposed to be like a space captain. This is the one of the dudes from the other book.
Thanks, Star. He's noticing that my voice is starting to go on me.
Need a
And I
drink.
talk a lot.
Liam doesn't talk. Liam doesn't talk at all.
Silent.
No.
Here, this is my original Lacewing drawing here, like the first concept.
Oh,
First.
cool.
Still learning how to, about the digital inking and stuff. But that was all done like traditional drawing style. See, check it out. This is the first like comic or whatever here.
Amazing.
So this is all the stuff that I'd showed you guys, I think, during the
I remember that. Yeah.
during the initial kind of like
Completely different from what we're doing now.
It is great. I love it. That's the stuff you've been drawing for years.
oh yeah, this is the kind of stuff that this is kind of more of like my style back in wherever, right? So back in the day. So
It's cute. I thought it was aimed for like a preteen crowd when I first saw it.
oh yeah, I'm sure
Cool.
once we get a little bit more into some of these books, I'll start releasing like more character-based books and stuff, like just fun, hit different audiences and different groups of individuals, and just have fun, right? So that's what it's all about having fun. Having fun
That's
with having fun
That's
with your
it.
friends.
Exactly.
So,
Super cool.
oh yeah.
Leah,
Well,
do you play music at all?
I play the violin a little bit.
I'm not surprised for some reason.
I'm not great at it, but I do play sometimes. I've had it for a long time.
Wow.
Since grade
So do you play classical or do you play kind of fiddle style? What do you do with it?
I've tried fiddling. It doesn't work very well for me, but so more the classical. Pachelbel's Canon in D major is my favorite one to play.
In D. So in a
Yeah.
violin, that's does the violin play? No, its register is different.
A little bit.
Isn't
It's
C like a hard key to play in on that?
it is. Maybe I play it like on the upper key, like the upper notes, but I play it on like the most high pitched sort of strings.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I need to remember. Is it E? The E string? Maybe it's D. I don't remember. It's been a while. I don't really like do or read sheet music. I just listen and then I learn that way, and then I'll play it. Whatever I'm trying to learn. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. That's it. I don't play anything else.
Have you seen this animation for Fatal Charades?
The animation? No.
it's scrubbing right now, so it'll take a sec.
Oh.
I don't know if it'll play better the first time or not.
Computers.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little choppy, but it's pretty solid.
Excuse me. I'm getting dry too. Normally I make sure to have like a glass of water with the live streams, but I forgot my glass of water today.
Last a couple weeks ago, I went to this Chinese store, this Chinese grocer, and they had this honey that had like bits of orange in it. So, and it was the greatest honey like orange combo I have ever. It was so good. It was insanely good. And I actually ended up just spooning the thing and ate the whole jar without using it for anything else. It was fantastic.
Jar's got his own, you know.
That's actually a great name for a stream.
Comic Jamboree.
Yeah.
Maybe the triangle.
Like a YouTube channel. That's great.
Yeah. Comic Jamboree. Welcome back. We all gotta wear like.
I actually have a legitimate reason why my voice is all scratched out too. You know, I was in a rehearsal last night, so we were all singing harmonies and just blasting away in church. I was playing keys.
Yeah,
So good.
he was rocking out hair metal. Wow.
Yeah, in church for sure. Yeah, loving an elevator.
Yeah, that's right. And he drops down while he's playing.
In the
Oh, man. Leah's like, I don't know how to say bye.
Yeah, we've been saying bye for a while.
Just gonna blame it on my camera malfunctioning.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I might. I gotta go feed my cats. They tend to attack each other when they're hungry. They're like, stop it, I'll feed you.
No
God.
more Dream On by Aerosmith for you.
Exactly.
We all come wearing big wigs.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. It's been really fun. And let me know if you want to do it again or we talk more in depth about something. I also wasn't sure what I could talk about, what I would be spoiler topics. Maybe we'll go over that next time and if you want to talk about it again.
For sure.
Cool. And what a pleasure. What a pleasure to talk to you and have you on. It's great. Thank you so much. I really had a good time.
And
awesome.
It'll definitely go down as the book comes to fruition, you know, the final stages and especially when the Kickstarter hits. So
yeah, no worries. Keep posted. I'm just going with the flow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Chairs and benches and stools.
Exactly.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye now. There we have it.
Another successful live stream.
So fantastic.
Brought to you from our underground lair.
She's a
COVID
sweetheart,
safe.
man. She's a sweetheart. I had the opportunity to glance at the script like a couple months ago, and it was good. But I felt like, I shouldn't be reading this yet, so I didn't read it through because I was like, they might want to keep it secret, so whatever. So I did. I didn't read through it, but I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's great. So brought to you by Squatchanaut.
Fantastic.
That's because of the picture of the Sasquatch there.
That's good. You know what? Those would make really great stickers, by the way. Like graffiti art stickers. You go in downtown Toronto and they're on light poles. Look at that comic Sasquatch. That's great.
I was gonna rock the t-shirts for it, man.
Oh, for sure. Perfect t-shirt art. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the best, right? So
that'd be a really good coloring book too, by the way. A lot more kid friendly.
A really good coloring book. Yeah, it's just we got to get it figured out for the coloring book stuff. Oh, excuse me.
What is a lenticular, Darsar? What is this word?
I was wondering the same thing. That's way beyond my poo vocabulary. My vocabulary.
I should exercise my Google foo. What is Google saying? What does lenticular mean?
Lenticular means shaped like a lentil, especially by being biconvex.
I was going to make a joke about lentils, so that wouldn't have been far off.
Also says relating to the lens of the eye, like a shimmering cover, he says.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I disappointed Dar too because I was thinking of doing a limited variant print run for the Halloween show at Brandon's Back in Time show. But I thought that my printer would be able to print out on a metallic surface, but it ended up not come to fruition because that would have been so cool to do like a printed cover on a metallic surface.
Oh, those things. Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. And as a limited variant, it would have been really nice just to have a sweet cover for Halloween.
I still love those like kitschy artworks where you look at it and it looks like static, and then you keep looking at it and then you look through it and all of a sudden there's this 3D object. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yeah. Ever since I was able to look at those, I was able to see stuff. And I remember people that'd be staring at them forever going, I can't see nothing.
It's so weird to lock your eyes into it,
Oh,
yeah, they're not easy
to
actually see.
I existed in the dimension I'm a part of.
Cool, man. Well, I'm going to go drink some tea and get back to doing some artwork here. So it was a pleasure, man.
Oh, like always, man. Me trying to add the punch and you adding the Kool-Aid.
Right on.
All right. Thanks, Dar. And thanks everybody for stopping by for another live stream. And we look forward to the next one probably happening on Friday with that artist that we linked in the chat. So
looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Should be a good one, man.
Cool. So that's going to be Friday. What time?
I want to aim between 12 and 2 because he's 6 hours ahead of us. So like if we go at 3 o'clock, it's still going to be 9 o'clock for him, right? Like I don't want to
12 and 2. Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm going to let him know that. Yeah. You take it easy as well, Dar. And we'll see you later, bud.
Cheers.
Right.
Okay. Bye now.